He did it. He did it. Jeez. My head out of the way. Watch this. I'm just going to let that keep rolling in the background while I talk here for a minute. And then we're going to look at some stats in this game against Washington. Dude, I cannot believe he set that record. I cannot believe it. Dude, I was out of my chair doing laps around the house. I went and I shook my wife's hand, gave her a high five, ran away, ran some more laps, tossed my kid up in the air, caught her, I had catcher. And, oh, God, screaming. I lost my voice a little bit. It hurts to talk, but I'm going to keep on talking. I can't believe this man just set a single season record for interception returns for a touchdown. Can't believe it. When Trayvon Diggs went down for the season, who here, show of hands, everybody, who here had DaRon Bland setting the single season pick 6 record? Don't lie now. Don't lie. I hope I don't see any of your hands up there because nobody had that. So now the question is, what are they going to do next year? They're going to have to keep him on the outside. They can't move him back to the slot. And then what do they do with Gilly? You know, who cares? We'll figure that out next year. For right now, we're going to enjoy this. All right. Give me a second to take this background off. We're going to review some key stats and go over this game. God, what a moment, though. What a moment. All right, so what a game that was. Let's check out some stats here. So, going into this game, God, I gotta catch my breath here for a minute. So pumped. Going into this game, we knew Cowboys were gonna whoop on the Commanders. It took a little while to get going. I mean, the Cowboys were playing well, you know, from the start, but they weren't scoring. The defense wasn't getting these 3 and outs, kind of like we expected, getting some turnovers like we expected. So it took a little bit to get going, but once they did, man, that route was on, capped off by our boy DaRon, the pick 6 menace Bland. Yeah, so we got Dak here, 331 passing, 4 touchdowns, no interceptions. He was 22 out of 32. Just another stellar performance. If he wasn't in the conversation for MVP already, he kicked that door down. He invaded that conversation. He's there. He's front and center. I don't know how he can't be the favorite to win MVP. Okay, I know it goes to typically guys whose teams are winning at a unprecedented rate like Jalen Hurts, but when you look at the way Hurts is playing right now, you look at his stats, you look at the way Dak's playing right now, you look at his stats, take that tush push away, and you take it away, right? It's like you can't really do that because it's part of their offense, it's part of who they are, but Hurts' passing stats are mediocre. He's ranked middle of the league in most categories. And it just seems like this scheme is winning them a lot of games, and it's not necessarily Hurts. So say what you want about him. I don't want to take anything away from the guy, but clearly Dak is the better passer right now. And if he doesn't play well, this is how I look at it. If Dak doesn't play well, the team doesn't play well. The team's not going to do well without Dak. Hurts, I mean, like I said, it's a very scheme-based. I don't know if the tush push works as well without him because he's over here squatting 600 pounds. But, say what you want about Hurts and Dak. But when you look at the numbers and when you look at the games and actually analyze what they bring to their team, I think Dak's a clear favorite over Hurts. We'll see come the end of the season. This December stretch is going to mean a lot for both of these guys. Both schedules ramp up quite a bit here. The Eagles are in it right now. Cowboys are about to get in it here starting next week against Seattle. So we'll see where that goes. Pollard had another efficient game. Played well last week. Started to come alive. You saw him breaking some tackles. Ran through 6 guys on his touchdown last week. And 13 attempts this week, 13 carries. He had 79 yards, a touchdown. Had a nice big run. 27 yards was his long. Another nice day from Pollard. Dowdle had a couple runs there, 3 runs for 11 yards. Let me say this about both of these guys. I really liked what they did this week in the run game. You saw a lot of the outside runs. I call in basically almost every day to a Nick Eatman show on the Dallas Cowboys website. It's Dallas Cowboys storyline. It's at DC_storyline on Twitter. And I told him last week, the Cowboys seem to run up the middle A gap, B gap a lot just for the sake of keeping it balanced, not necessarily looking for positive plays. but they want to keep the defense honest, so they keep doing that and running into a wall. Well, this week, they ran a lot of outside. They did a lot of tosses. The screen passes were there. Dowdle scored a touchdown on the receiving end of a touchdown, a screen pass. Great blocking, by the way, on that by both the center and right guard. So that was good stuff there, but it's nice to see them hit that perimeter, especially with Pollard, where like when he's out in space, he can make things happen, and you saw that a bunch today. Now let's get into the receiving here. Brandon Cooks, another good performance, 72 yards, a touchdown, 5 targets, 4 receptions. He had that big one across the middle there, middle left. Dak kind of rolled out, and I don't know what the Commanders were thinking on this play, but Cooks runs a nice route up the middle there, takes it to the left side of the field, and Dak hits him on a nice bomb for a touchdown early on. And then again later on, Cooks makes a really nice play where Dak's scrambling. Great job and I'll review this film here this week, but Dak rolls left. He sets his feet before he throws. Very nice job by Dak to reset the pocket, as Romo explained during the broadcast there. And then Cooks is running his route to the inside, realizes Dak is peeling back to the left, cuts off his route, and rolls back left to get wide open. Defender loses track of him. So great job by Cooks today. CeeDee Lamb, another good game. Now, he wasn't as efficient as far as his percentage goes. He was 4 receptions for 9 targets. Did have 53 yards, touchdown. He had a 2-point conversion. Cool touchdown celebration, so we'll throw that in there too. But Lamb, he wasn't as efficient as we've seen, but he still played a really good game today. Colbert, 2 receptions, 49 yards. Good game from him. Ferguson, okay game. He had a catch early on. Beautiful throw from Dak, throwing out of, I think it was his own end zone or close to his own end zone. Deep, at least deep within their side of the field. There was a seam route on his 1 reception, 35 yards. It was a 35-yard pass to Ferguson. On the money. Might have been his best throw of the season. I feel like I say that every week. He's got a new best throw of the season, but this one was absolutely money, and Jake brought it in. Turpin also had it's nice to see Turpin get going too. Late in the game, but it all counts, And Turpin runs up the seam and wide open, just runs past all the defenders. I think the Commanders, they had a safety up in the box. They were playing the run late in the game, and Turpin just whizzes by him. Easy touchdown. So that was cool to see. Jalen Brooks had a nice reception off of a tip ball. For all the tips that Dak had last year, nice to see a ball bounce their way for once. And then here you go, Pollard, 6 targets, 6 receptions, 24 yards. Not a ton of yardage there, but he did have one. I think it was a loss of like 4 or 5 yards on one of the passes. But nice game again from Pollard, and it's nice to again see them making an effort to get him out in the open. Now you look at the defensive side. I'm going to save DaRon Bland for the end here. I know I talked about him to start this video, but he deserves much, much more. So we'll leave him on pause for a second. Another nice performance by Damone Clark, flying all over the field, had 7 tackles, 2 assists. He's coming into his zone. He had a couple of misses today, but nothing that really killed them. And what was really nice is that he seems to be the Damone Clark of LSU. He's picking up his play. He's fast again. He's recognizing and diagnosing plays. And you can see it all clicking. When you have a player of his caliber that has the physical tools, and now he's putting together the mental side as well, it's all coming together for him. Gordon Lewis, another good game from him. He kind of is the corner that teams pick on the most, the slot guy. He's an above average player for sure. Had a nice tip today, nice pass breakup, but a decent day from him. Gilly, nice day from him. He was in on a lot of tackles. 4 tackles went his way, 2 assists, but the tackles were made one-on-one, outside receivers. So a nice game from him. Odigizua, super underrated, having a career season for sure, no doubt. And we can go on and on down the list. I'm not going to go through every single defensive player, but a really nice game from a lot of these guys. Hankins at 2 sacks. If you had Hankins at 2 sacks here, again, raise your hand for today. Nope. Put your hand down because you did not think Hankins was going to pick up 2 sacks. And then Parsons, a sack and a half. So we'll leave it there on defense. But just a complete performance by this whole team. And then let's go ahead and cut back here to DaRon Bland. I'm going to stop talking. I'm going to put this video up. I'm going to roll it 2 times. I'm going to roll it 2 times. the video is going to end. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. Give me a thumbs up if you're a Cowboys fan. Give me a thumbs up if we making it to the Super Bowl this year. I know it's early. Man, I'm amped. Let's go, baby. All right. Catch y'all later.
2nd and 10. There it is! This is history! If Bland can take it the distance, this will be the record! Bland for the 5th time has a pick six! It's never happened in the history of the NFL!
And what a call by you! You got me with goosebumps, Nantz! That was unbelievable!
Look at him here. Break the record that he shared with 2 others coming into the day.
But look at this is the instincts right here. Almost everybody else would be tackled. I mean, that's like a running back or a high-level Christian McCaffrey run after catch. He breaks on the ball. He's got great vision and instincts. In zone, he's as good as I've seen this year.
2nd and 10. There it is! This is history! If Bland can take it the distance, this will be the record! Bland for the 5th time has a pick six! It's never happened in the history of the NFL!
And what a call by you! You got me with goosebumps, Nantz! That was unbelievable!
Look at him here. Break the record that he shared with 2 others coming into the day.
But look at this is the instincts right here. Almost everybody else would be tackled. I mean, that's like a running back or a high-level Christian McCaffrey run after catch. He breaks on the ball. He's got great vision and instincts. In zone, he's as good as I've seen this year.